I'm Jenny with AquaPhoenix Scientific. In this training video, we're going to go over all the different types of reports and how to enter them into the system. Let's get started.
Reports can be entered into a system once a customer database has been established. Any reports created under this system will be stored together. There are several types of reports that can be saved into the system. Let's take a quick peek at the different types of reports that are available. Service reports allows users to record their wet test results during a service visit. Visit reports are used to document notes or any other kind of value-added services where time was spent at the customer site. The operator log is a report that mirrors the service report template. It offers the end customer or operators the opportunity to record their daily recordings so that you can capture more data in between service visits. Lab reports will provide users the ability to capture deposit and water analyses as well as coupon reporting. Flex reports are customizable reports that can be set up for various tasks: create equipment inspections, customer audit forms, and other compliance documentation using the available Flex reports layout. Now that we have identified the different types of reports, let's go through the steps of creating a report. Select a customer, facility, building, and system to begin. Locate the Create button under the Report section and select Service Report. The report header is formatted the same way for all reports, with the company logo displayed on the top, followed with the customer, facility, and report author information. This is to create a consistent look and feel for all reports saved throughout the site. Every report will start off as a draft, and drafts will appear with a red draft stamp on the top. Drafts are considered a work in progress, so they are not visible to customers until they are finalized. Users can save their progress by clicking on Save Draft. A custom report name can be added to the report. The report name will appear in place of the service report when reviewing all your reports. If there is a default report name entered in the service report setup, the default report name will auto-populate in the field. The date and time of the report can be adjusted by clicking on the calendar and selecting the specific date. The time can be entered in the space provided. The customer and facility information will appear in the header of the report. The customer name will always appear on the top, followed by the facility name and address. The facility address is the address that will appear in the header. The name and contact information of the report author will appear towards the top of the report. The report author will always be the user who created the report. There is space to indicate how much time was spent at the account as well as time spent driving to the location. Enter a start and end time in the on-site time to indicate the time spent servicing this account. If these features are enabled for the user, it is required to enter this information in order to save the report. Enter a start and end time in the drive time to indicate time spent driving to this account. The on-site and drive time can be hidden for select users. This information will also be omitted from all emailed reports. Users must be able to view on-site and or drive time in order to PDF a report that will include this information. The building and system name will appear in the blue line. Users can edit the customer, facility, building, and system names at any time. The new names will be reflected on all reports. The components and tests will be displayed based on the report layout. Here we are currently looking at a default layout where the components are displayed across the top and tests are listed down each row. The layout can be changed in the Service Report Setup menu. There you can also hide or make tests visible as well as reorder the components and tests. The table will display 8 columns across the page. If more columns are needed, a new table will be created to display the next 8 columns. Please note that the components and test short name is the name that is displayed in the table. Users can click into any test field to enter results. Users can also use the tab key to move from box to box. There is a button at the top of the page to give users control over the tab key. By default, it's set to tab right, which will move the cursor to the box on the right. Click on the button to change the mode to tab down. This will make the tab move the cursor down to the next box. The current test will be highlighted in the action window. Results saved on the 3 previous reports will be displayed along with the date and time of the reports. Enter test results into the space provided. The control ranges will be displayed underneath the test result box. Tests with control ranges will change colors as indicated in the report template under Components and Tests. Calculated tests will be indicated with the calculator icon. The calculation is waiting for the results from the assigned variables to be entered into the report. Once the results for the variables have been entered, the numbers will be plugged into the formula to auto-calculate the results. Binary and list control ranges will appear as a drop-down selection. The checkbox control range can be checked or unchecked as needed. Users can add a comment for a specific test by clicking on Add Notes. A comment box will open and users will be able to enter comments and/or upload images. Use the rich text editor to format your comments. Click on Upload Image to add a picture directly into your report. Click Add File or drag and drop the image into the window. Enter a file description and/or rotate image as needed. Click Save to proceed. The image will appear as a string of code when inserted into the comment. I'll show you later how you can preview your image. The Insert image will allow users to attach images that were previously saved into the Attachment Manager. Click Insert Image, then select the subfolder from the Location dropbox on the left. The numbers inside the parentheses will indicate how many files are saved in the subfolder. Next, select an image in the File dropdown. Enter an optional image caption and select the image size. Full size will take up the entire width of the report, while half size will allow you to place 2 smaller images side by side. Click the Save button to the right to insert or click on the arrow button on the left to cancel. Save report phrases can be inserted into comments by clicking on the Report Phrases button. Select a phrase and click on the green checkbox to insert. The phrase can be modified once inserted into the comment. Click on the Page Break button to add a page break into the current cursor location. Click on the X to close and preview the comment. Comments will appear at the bottom after the testing table. Click on the pencil and paper icon to open a comment box. There is space provided for users to make an opening, component, test, and closing comments. Component comments have online/offline toggles that users can use to indicate if the equipment was offline at time of service. If the report author has a closing signature saved in their user profile, the closing signature will automatically appear after the closing comments. PDFs can be attached to the report by clicking on Add PDF Attachment or Upload PDF. The steps are identical to adding images into a report. The PDF attachment will attach as a separate file to the report, while an image will appear inline in the report. Check the Add Signature box if you would like to include a signature field that will be printed on the hard copy of the report. Users can save their progress by scrolling up to the top and clicking on Save Draft. This will save your report as a draft so you can continue at a later time. Click on Save Draft. Click Save and View to view the saved draft, or click Save and Save to exit back to the main page. Saved drafts can be viewed by clicking on View All Reports located under the Report section. Click on View All Reports and then select your preferred date range. Reports will be listed in chronological order with the most recent report on the top. Drafts will be listed in red while finalized reports will appear in black. Click on the draft to view the report details. The draft will only display tests that have results. Anything left blank in the report template will be omitted off the report. Click on the email button located at the top to email draft to available recipients. Click PDF to download the report to PDF format. Click Delete to delete draft. Please note that deleted drafts cannot be recovered. Edit the draft to continue editing the report. The draft will only display tests that have results. Anything left blank in the report template will be omitted off the report. If a control range has been changed after the draft was saved, the report will use a control range set at the time the report was saved. Users will have the option to keep or update the control range as needed. The report template can be modified at any time. Edit the report template under Components and Tests located under the Tools section. Users can add, edit, or delete items as needed. Components can be deactivated if they are no longer needed in the report template. Click Save Final when you are ready to finalize the report. Now let's look at creating the other report types. Let's take a look at visit reports. Locate the Create Report button under the Report section and select Visit Report. Click on the pencil and paper icon to open the comment box and enter your notes. Now let's take a look at operator logs. Locate the Create Report button under the Report section and select Operator Log. The operator log is identical to the service report, except it will not have onsite or drive time since these reports are entered by your operators. Now let's take a look at creating lab reports. Click on Create Report and select Lab Reports. Lab Reports has 4 different layouts. Select a layout from the drop-down list in the header to proceed. The general lab report is just like a visit report. Click on the pencil icon to enter a comment. For the water and deposit lab reports, enter your lab results into the table. The results can be alphanumeric and there are no control ranges associated to these lab reports. The tests found in the water and deposit lab reports can be customized through the Master Test Type list. It is located in the Manage Types button in the Tools section. For the corrosion coupon lab reports, enter a component name in the header marked Component Tested. Users are limited to 8 components at a time in each coupon report. Select or enter the data as needed. When the necessary data has been inputted by the user, the coupon report will be able to calculate the corrosion rate, which will be then compared to the corrosion rate standard. You can modify the coupon corrosion rate by navigating to the Tools section and locating the Manage Types button. Last but not least, let's take a look at creating Flex reports. There are 3 layouts for Flex reports. Please note the Flex reports needs to be enabled at each system before it is available for users to create. The survey layout requires users to answer questions by manually entering data or selecting from predefined answers. Rich text editing and images can be added to the closing comment. The grid layout allows users to enter test results or answers similar to what you see in service reports and operator logs. The grid layout will allow 4 columns for entering results and 1 column for entering an inline note. Rich text editing and images can be added to the closing comment. The blank layout works exactly like a visit report. Open the comment box and enter your notes.
I hope you found this video helpful. Please contact your system administrator if you have any additional questions. Thanks for watching!